So I bought the cheapest tile cutter on Amazon. Let's see how it compares to my professional tile cutters and how it deals with a selection of different tiles. Let's check it out. Hi guys, Rob Lester here from Lester Bathrooms. Thank you for taking the time to check out our channel where we're all about bathrooms. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing and liking this video. It just helps me make content to help your job or project run smoothly. Right, let's have a closer look at this. It's a faithful tile cutter. As I said, I've got it on Amazon. It was the cheapest one I could find. It's a 300mm capacity. I'm just looking at the box. It's got a few little different things on here. So you can see on there, this is the 300 one we bought, and it goes all the way up to 1200 if you can believe it. Cuts up to 10mm thick, and you can also get replacement wheels available for this, which is a good idea, and then instructions just tell you how to scribe and cut the tile. So let's have a little unbox and see what comes in it. Okay, right, diving in. There she is. That is absolutely tiny. Look at that, it's like a baby. Let's compare that to my TX1000 over here, see how it looks next to it. Let's have a closer look at that. Oh, it's so cute. And even next to my TX700. I suppose with this one, it's really more of a rival for something like this, my little Sigma that I use for metro tiling. It's a challenger for that, but certainly not that. I eat for breakfast. Okay, so just taking this straight out of the box, it is what it is. It's all one piece metal. There's nothing inside the box. Sadly, you don't get a spare blade. I'd like to probably have seen this come with a spare blade, but for 14 quid, you can't really expect too much. So looking at it in a bit more detail, you've got a twin runner here, which is pretty much the same as the Ruby cutters. Two rails here that runs along. You've got a little snapper here and handle, and your wheel is just here. Looks like a little 12 or 10mm wheel there. Looks quite sharp actually, if you can make that out in there. All seems very sturdy actually. Nice metal with a couple of rubber, sort of rubberized protectors here to protect the tile. This is all metal, no plastic, so I'm really impressed with that. The scribing wheel is just screwed through there, so quick and easy to change if you order replacement parts online. And the action is actually really smooth. And this all seems quite nice and sturdy. It's a little bit stiff, but there's a nut in here for this whole mechanism that you could probably loosen off just to make that a little bit more, give you a bit more play when you're snapping. So first impressions, I'm actually really impressed with the quality. I was expecting a lot of this to be a little bit more plastic for £14. So let's put it to the test. Let's get a selection of a few tiles and we'll see how it goes through them. Okay, so let's start the test with this. I still can't believe how small it is. The only difference we'll have with this compared to my other ones is that the snapper and the wheel are all integral in one piece. So you sort of have to flip that out of the way, scribe it, drop it down and snap it, whereas these two, if you can see this, your snapper can be moved up out the way, and with this as well, it's got a little click here. You ratchet that up and let that down, and that clicks out the way, whereas this is all one piece. So you might get a little bit of drag on the tile and some potential marking. So let's start with the easiest. So I just got a classic ceramic metro tile. We're going to try a few of these. 300 by 600 ceramic tile, and this will be the hardest test for it, which is a 300 by 600 hard porcelain tile. So let's rattle a few of these off first and see how it behaves. So just putting the tile in, one thing I'm not massively happy about is this ridged area through the middle helps you split the tile, but it is quite raised. So you're getting a little bit of rock on the tile, which is not great. and see if we can give it a crack. Good sharp blade. Push that back down. Okay. A little bit rough. You can see the edge is a little bit rough there. I might have scribed it a little bit too hard, because a lot of time with these soft ceramic, if you scribe them too hard, you will get a rough edge like that. So let's try another one. Now I've got used to it, and see if we can give it a softer scribe to get that edge looking a little bit sharper. Engage that there. Okay, that seemed a better scribe. You could hear it was better as well. That's better. Okay, so after a couple of goes, we're getting a decent cut edge. You can see a little bit of angling there, just a small amount, which you could trim up, and then a little bit there. So let's give that one more go. A little bit stiff on the runners. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So first test done with the very, very thin ceramic Metro tiles, and actually that's not bad. It's not as clean a cut as we would like to see from our professional tile cutters, but given the size and the awkwardness of it and the lightness, you'd probably need to screw this down to a bit of board really. It's so light it just moves around when you're trying to put pressure on it. But pleased with that. Let's move on to the next one, which will be the ceramic one, see how she gets through that. I don't think she's going to enjoy this. Right. It's a big, tough, red-backed ceramic tile, so not even a biscuit-backed. Red-backed, a slightly heavier duty ceramic tile. So we'll give it half a chance and try and get a cut through the middle. Let's give it a go. Let's try and I could just about get the blade to the edge of this tile. You wouldn't want to go anything bigger than a 300. I can just about get that there. I'm gonna have to put a little bit of pressure on. Do you know what? It's a nice sharp blade actually. Let's have a look, see if we can snap it. Come on, old girl. Oh. So, she went through and actually had to put a lot of pressure on the snap here, because with these bigger cutters, you've got a springy plate each side, so when you snap it, it allows these to depress, whereas this doesn't have that. You're relying on all of this ridge to make the snap. You might have to put a little bit of pressure on either side to get it to snap. But saying that, this is a tough tile, and that is not a bad scribe and cut. You could hear the blade, because the blade's quite sharp because it's new. It made that nice crisp sound that you're after. So let's see if we can cut this one in half again. See how that comes out. Give it another go. I've realised with this that you can only snap it from the top. You can't snap it from the bottom, because this void here lets the blade move out of the way, so you can let the snappers on there. If you try and do it down here, the blade touches the tile before the snappers, so you have to snap it from the top. So let's give it another go. Put a bit of pressure on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Okay. We're through. Do you know what? That's not too bad at all. A little bit of flaring on the back ceramic, but you can just trim that off with a grinder or nibble that off. So not too bad at all. Same here, a little bit of flaring there, but you know, if you're a DIY tiler, you'd take that all day long. Okay, so a good few cuts there actually. What I've noticed is to get a really nice sharp scribe, you have to put a lot of pressure on. I mean, this is a I'd say it's a 9, just under a 10mm ceramic, so quite thick for a ceramic. Normally ceramics are around 8mm, and you have to give it a hell of a snap. But it did go through. It went through every time, and not a bad little cut. So quite impressed it got through that. I don't think it's going to get through these hard porcelains. Let's give it a go. Right, let's load it up. I don't think it's going to like this. Let me give you a prediction. I'll scribe it. I know what these tiles are like. I've installed these a lot. They're tough porcelains. I think it's going to scribe it and then it's going to shatter off in a corner. Let's see if I'm right. Okay. In goes nothing. Brace ourselves for a bit of pressure. Sounded all right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't believe it. It's gone through that like butter. And these are a tough porcelain tile. Right, let's try it on a smaller cut. Come on, baby, let's go. Come on. Oh, bingo. Unbelievable. I'm really impressed with that. Let's try and cut a slither off now. That will be the real test. Let's do a 25mm slither and see if she gets that off. I will be totally impressed if it cuts off a slither like 25mm. Okay, no pressure. Square it up. There you go. You have to fairly hard scribe. She's going to go, I can hear it. Well, a little bit of a flare on that corner, but nothing that you couldn't trim off with a grinder. Wow, okay. Amazing. I did not think for 1 minute we'd be able to cut anything near sort of like 25mm to an inch off these hard porcelains, but you know, a little bit of flaring there, but very impressed. I'm very surprised by that. So to recap, we went through our metros very well. A little bit rough, but I think it might have just been down to pressure. I mean, the lighter you scribe them, the easier they'll pop, so might have just been a bit heavy-handed. The ceramic went through those quite nicely. Quite hard to snap, but once you get used to that pressure that you need to put on, you could rattle through these quite quickly. And then the porcelain. I can't believe it actually cut one, let alone a little slither like that. So really impressed with that. The only problem with this is if you've got a square porcelain tile, you can go ahead and use it, but something like a 300 by 600, obviously you would struggle to get any length in there. So good for 300 squares, that would be a maximum in there. So right, so having played around with this with a few tiles, I'm really impressed with it. Fully expecting to make this video and go, you know, come on guys, it's £14. You know, you're going to use it for 2 cuts and throw it in the bin. But actually, really impressed by the build quality. Everything's metal. Goes through ceramic, goes through porcelain, really impressed. So a good buy, I'd say, for the occasional DIYer with a little metro tiling job in his kitchen that wants to use a tile cutter once in a blue moon. I would definitely consider buying this for just those odd jobs that you have lying around. The big question is, would I put it on my van and use it? For me, sadly not, but for your one-off DIY job, go ahead, crack on with it. Okay guys, I hope this review has been helpful to you. Don't forget to give us a subscribe and like this video if you can. Check out our channel for more bathroom related content, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, bye.